Hi, everyone. How are you today? My name is Stella Adedeji. I'm back again on your employability skills with Stella Adedeji. And then today we're looking at a very sensitive topic. And this topic is, quite sensitive. For someone to have a full life, like your life is rolling around and you're having a fulfilled and an engaging and a prosperous life, it means that you must have had the right career, you must have played well in the right fold, the right social fold, you must have had a good spiritual life, you must have had a good marriage. So our lives are just like a 360-degree of different departments of what we do for our health, for our marriage, our career, our spiritual life, our economic life, our social life. All of this must be balanced for us to live a fulfilled life. Okay, so today I want to quickly and briefly discuss with you the topic that says how to recognize the wrong career, how to recognize the wrong employment. Okay, so maybe not career this time around, the wrong employment. Okay, so wrong employment is an employment that is just not right for you. It's just not right. I mean, in every sense of the word. Okay, so how do we recognize employment that are not right? I have been a victim of wrong employment in time past. I also, love to share my experience here, and I also believe that you would be able to gain knowledge, and at the same time, you would be able to make the right decisions for your career in terms of where you choose to work. Okay, so let's go straight in. Okay, so the list is inexhaustive. You can decide to add yours in the comment section. I want to hear from you. I want to also hear your testimonial, especially as touching your job. Okay, so I'm gonna go straight in. So what are these red flashes that makes you to know that you are in the wrong employment? The number one thing I would like to mention is the fact that when there is a disconnect, for example, when you lack passion and interest for that particular organization, the passion is not just there, you're not just, connecting, so to say. You lack passion, you feel uninterested or apathetic about work. Like every day you wake up, you're like, am I still going to that place? No, you are disconnected. So you don't have interest anymore. So you don't feel passionate or excited about the task assigned to you, about your colleagues, and about the work environment. So that means that there's a lack of passion and interest for what you do. Or that's a big red flag. That's a big red flag there. Okay. Secondly, when there is a mismatch of skills and task, there's a mismatch of skills and tasks. Okay, so maybe the skills that know, that the competencies you can thrive in. Uh, okay, so for example, using my own career background as an example, okay, so I will thrive well being a human resource professional. Okay, so I find myself taking up the role of a business development manager. It may put me on a bit of edge. So your skills and strengths are not utilized or appreciated when you are not, at your best at work. Okay, so when there is a mismatch of skills and tasks, or you have skills for business development, currently you are doing brand management, there is a mismatch of skill. When you find yourself, that means you can, that's a red flag. When you find that your job doesn't align with your qualification and expertise. Okay, sometimes your qualification says something, and I interviewed someone today, and the person is a chef, but she studied actuarial science in school, and then she studied chemistry. So she is a full graduate, and she just said I love to cook. Her passion for cooking, and that's why I'm here. Okay, so that's a different ballgame entirely. When your qualification, your expertise, your competencies are quite different from your background, from what you studied, and you don't find a midpoint. You don't find that level of a level playing ground, so to say. You don't. There's no place where both of them meet, like your competencies, your expertise. They now meet with the skills that you have currently. So when they are not aligning with the current job you have, then it means you're in the wrong employment. So you don't set yourself up for failure. So, and then you would want to ask yourself, why did I even take this offer initially? I mean, from the beginning, why did I even take this offer? So, you need to ensure that your skill set, they match the task, they match your job description, what is required of you, your skill set match them. Okay, so another very vital point is a poor work-life balance. When you find yourself consistently not being able to attend to other departments of your life, when you find yourself consistently stuck, I mean, you're stuck with work, you can't, there are no times to go out, spend with your family, your job demands consistently long hours, and you find it challenging to maintain a healthy work life balance. That is a wrong employment for you, my dear. You need to take a decision to adjust your life, especially to get a better job that gives you a better work life balance. Another thing, other poor work life balance is when the workload actually is overwhelming, then it's now leading to stress and burnout. When you have to, when stress and burnout now enters it, your body muscles, they ache you from time to time. You not to be able to, you seem not to be able to manage the stress anymore, the pressure of the job anymore. That's a wrong employment. Okay, so another thing is that you may be in an unhealthy environment. It may be an unhealthy work environment where there is toxicity up and down. There is toxicity everywhere. So when you experience toxic work culture with high level of conflicts, gossip, office politics here and there, you know that that's a wrong place to be, because every toxicity has a tendency to impact on your own personal energy, on your own personal energy level and your vibes. Okay, so even if you have a positive vibe, if you happen to work in an environment that is toxic and negative, there is a tendency for the negativity to begin to find an expression in the inside of you. So that's an indication that you are in a wrong employment. Okay, so when you experience a lack of support from colleagues or supervisors, okay, you have people that are ahead of you or people that you work together, and you need help with something, with one thing or the other, you're not getting it. Oh, that's a no, because it's as if you're being set up for failure. Okay, so when you experience lack of growth opportunities, okay, so limited or no opportunities for career advancement or skill development, that's a no. to grow your career, to develop, to advance in your career is a difficult task, or it means that there's no foresight for that organization, and there's no way you can continue to move forward. So that's a red flag already that you're in a wrong employment. Okay, so or if the organization now they do not invest in people enough, like invest in training, retraining, upskilling, reskilling, and development, that is a red flag that you are in a wrong employment. Okay, so when there is a consistent feeling of being undervalued. Oh, you're always thinking, they are not even appreciating me. I'm not even appreciated here. My efforts does not even count. Your contributions are not even recognized or appreciated. Something is wrong with your self-esteem, and then it means that it's either from within. Maybe you look at it from personal perspective, or the immediate environment, your immediate environment at the workplace. Okay, so when you constantly feel overlooked or underappreciated. Now, I have to stress here that, for you to, when there is a low self esteem, or when there is what do you call it, when there is low self-esteem, or you are consistently underrating yourself, so to say. It could, like I said, it could be from within and then without. Maybe there are some things you need to do. There are some steps you need to take for yourself to be able to measure up, to be able to level up your self esteem, you know, to be able to move out of the inferiority complex zone and be vocal and come out bold and come out with swift ability, to make a difference and add value to your team. Okay, so when you're feeling undervalued, you are in a wrong employment. So when there is physical or mental health issues, okay, so now mental health issue is all over the workplace. Okay, so a lot of people are going through a lot personally and within. Okay, so when the job is negatively impacting your health, either physically or mentally, impacted. Some bosses actually, shout down, scream down their employees because they probably don't see anything wrong in it. That could mentally impair the psychology of an employee. Okay, so that is a position you don't want to be. I was one in an employment, and the first or second encounter I had with the managing director, he just shouted at me, and this was a zone I never wanted to be anymore in career. I said, shouting, screaming. I said, what is this? To the extent that I started shivering, like it was so strange to me, and it was so, out of the world to me. I knew right from then that that was the wrong employment for me. Okay, so when you experience constant stress, anxiety, or other health related issues at work, then it means you're in a wrong environment. Okay, so when there is no alignment with values, your own personal values does not align with the organization's value, then you are in a wrong employment. Yeah, because your personal values, when they are in conflict with the values of the organization or your network or the nature of work that is all around you, will not make you to fully express yourself. Okay, because you are going about with your own personal values, which you have built over time, and then you are in this new employment where new values have to be learned. It may take a while for you to be able to align to that particular this is a particular zone where you should have observed even during the interview session. So we don't even take this employment at all. So it doesn't become the issue of didn't you know, or you would have been seeing the red flags, you would have been seeing one or two things, then you make excuses for those things, and then you get the job, and I mean, practically your personal values had to go for it, then you're in a wrong employment. You need to move and move fast. Okay, so when there is frequent this job dissatisfaction, or you're not just satisfied, or the performance appraiser is not just showing the right, the right figures, your ratings are not just right, your personal you're consistently, feeling dissatisfied or unhappy with the job, even after sometimes attempting to address concerns, this dissatisfaction state still sets in and they are always coming. My dear, you are in the wrong environment. You are in a wrong environment when there is no sense of purpose. When you lack a sense of purpose or fulfillment in your current role. For example, I took up a role, and you know I practically get there. I'm always transfixed on my seat. I couldn't even stand up because everything is not just right. Everything was not just always pointing to the fact that, this employment, am I sure I'm in the right place? Am I sure I'm in the right place? The whole place so tensed up, the hair around the place so the hair so hot, so the atmosphere so tensed. That every time I always exhale when I leave the place, I'm like, my God, that was a wrong employment for me. I later had to find my peace because I had to leave that employment. It wasn't just a funny case because there were a whole lot. My health was affected, things that naturally do not happen to me when I work naturally, I started having different issues, different issues with employees, with even my health. Oh, I just have to say, no, 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 this is not the right job for me. Not every job is your job. That is what I want you to understand. Not every job is your job. So now you don't take an employment based on the fact that they are going to offer you maybe a little bit more money, or you are concerned because of of the the pay. The job is much more than the pay. The job is so much more than the pay. Okay, so when your job does not align with your long-term career goals or your career aspirations, what are you still doing there? Okay, so you eventually you do this job and then you keep going around in circles, going around. You cannot even relate your job success or your job satisfaction to your career path, your career trajectory, and to goals that you have set for yourself in career. So I think that's the wrong employment for you. So watch out for all of these red flags, like I call them. Okay, so if you find yourself consistently experiencing several of these signs, it's an indication that you are in a wrong employment. Okay, so it's important that you assess your situation currently. You consider your career goals and then explore options that aligns with your values, that aligns with your skills, that aligns with your competencies, that aligns with your expertise, that aligns with your interest, that aligns majorly with your values. Okay, so but you can, if you find it confusing or you don't know how to go about it, you may need to talk to a coach, you may need to talk to a counselor, or you may need to talk to a mentor. This is why I stress in our past episodes that it's important that you have a career counselor, a career coach, someone who can you can talk to at one point or the other in your career, and then get direction, basically for direction and also for alignment purpose. You need someone to talk to, so that you seek advice. You can be provided valuable insights. I'm sure my list is so inexhaustive. A lot of other points are there why people are, why you may be in the wrong employment. Okay, so how to recognize that you are in a wrong employment. If you have other of those points, maybe I have not hit the nail on the head, kindly drop that point in the comment section. Also, please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, as well as share it with your network, especially those that are struggling with their career currently. I will be happy to also respond to your question. Just send me an email on Stella Adedeji at Stella Adedeji 12, Stella Adedeji 12 at gmail.com. You can send me an email. I'm going to respond to you. And if you want to have a training session with your employees, maybe the year is running to an end, you want to have a team bonding session, I can be with you and we can work out something that is relatable to your budget, and not, I'm not overshot in terms of cost. Okay, so you can talk to me as well. My phone number, let me just mention it briefly: 08063623275. Thank you so much for having me. Okay, so this is where I'll be drawing the curtain for today's episode 6 of Employability Skills with Stella Adedeji. And the topic for today again is how to recognize you are in the wrong employment. I hope I was able to share wisdom with you. Kindly also share with me. I appreciate to hear from you. God bless you and thank you for your time.